Hi, welcome back to Soul Island Awakening. I am Karin and I'm stress and wellness therapist and certified coach and maybe a bit more light worker today, as we call it in the ascension and awakening community. I thought that I would talk a bit about today this light worker starseed kind of mission, and whether you identify as one or not, I probably think that you feel like some kind of a wayshower, right? Because when we've started this ascension and awakening journey, we do realize that we are some kind of pioneers. We are being asked or being called to show the way to the rest that have not yet awakened. And that is quite a big subject, at least it is for me, because of course many of us in this awakened community, or whatever we call it, we have felt that we have been, a bit different maybe, or we haven't really fitted in any way, really. And sometimes it has been a lonely journey because we don't really know what has been wrong or why it has felt wrong, why we cannot find our place or our social community where we can, talk to like-minded or anything like that. And then the ascension and the awakening happens and you're like, okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Okay. And all of a sudden, during these last crazy years, we've understood, many of us, that, okay, we have some kind of wayshower role here. We don't know exactly how or in what way we are going to do this, but somehow we are being called to show the way in some way. For some people, it is being out there demonstrating and telling, putting your foot down, being very firm and telling the world that you do not consent to anything of these, dictatorship, all of these freedoms being taken away and all that. Getting to know the New World Order, maybe, if you haven't already, for the new ones. Then we have people on YouTube, light workers, wayshowers, doing a lot of, some are doing channelings, putting through important messages for all of us that are in this community. Others are working with healing work at some form, and there's so many things, and probably there's a lot of you, I'm saying you, but in the audience, that maybe haven't found the way just yet. And that's what I wanted to talk about a bit more today. How do we find that way? Can we help ourselves get in contact with how we can lead better by example in this situation? Because it's a huge process, all of it, starting to realize all of these truths and narratives and agendas, and then also the ascension part of it, where you realize the whole global spectacle, can we say it like that, this whole huge event that we're going through, and trying to find a balance in our own self-care work when all these ascension symptoms show up, or even when we are trying to go down the rabbit holes and really understanding how everything is connected and all of that. It's a really big process. At the same time, we want to alert our surroundings in different ways, and I think that many of us have tried these last couple of years. But you know, everyone awakens in their own time, and one of the most challenges, I would say, most challenging things is to really accept that, you know, to not be too pushy or to not expect them to understand these things that we have come to understand. And it's tough. And that's why I felt like this whole Wayshower thing, we have discussed it in my circles, you know, what is that? How can we do that in a way that feels comfortable? You know, as comfortable as possible. And many of us have tried to find, you know, what are my assignment, or what am I supposed to do? How can I be the best Wayshower, or how can I oh, sorry, I have some allergies, that's why my eyes are running. How can I step into that role and feel somewhat comfortable in it? And I think you've probably been thinking about that yourself at some point, that it's quite difficult to embrace that in full, to be really, firstly, you know what to do, because many of us are still, you know, what the heck are we supposed to do with this? How can we help? How can we stand firm? There's a lot of processing going on, and we're dealing with triggers, and we're dealing with all this energy work, and still do this kind of mission. And I went to myself, and I have been thinking about this a lot, and I still am a bit confused about my own role in this, but somehow this YouTube channel has helped me at least to channel some of these, I don't know, tasks or whatever, for me to step into that kind of role. I don't know if somewhat. Anyway, my background is that I've been working a lot with coaching, with wellness, and I have also been a project manager for several years in the event and entertainment industry. I laugh a bit because, you know, we know more about it now. Anyway, so I've been in contact with a lot of leadership skills during the years, both, you know, leading groups and others, and also leading myself and educating myself in self-improvement and personal development and coaching, self-coaching. I have also worked with my coach clients. I've worked with my students from my education and my courses that I have. And I felt like what we need right now is to have some tools that can help us regain our power of our own lives, our personal leadership skills, and how we can develop them for ourselves, and to hopefully stand more firm and confident in ourselves and lead ourselves and our lives, and, you know, and with that knowledge, lead by example, because that's the way that most of us have to start with. You know, we have to start with leading by example, and maybe we can get the other ones soon, or, later on to join and to, why are you doing that, or why are you resonating like this, or standing more empowered in ourselves. And through the years I have been working with a lot of self-coaching tools, a lot of leadership tools. So what I did, I put together a course that I call Take Your Power Back, where I have collected all of these self-coaching tools and knowledge about how to empower yourself and to really become the leader of your own life, and really evaluate yourself at this point. Where are you right now, and what kind of skills do you have? And it's not about me telling you what the skills should be as a leader. It's more about you discovering the skills that you already have and how you can improve them. And that's what it's all about. It's about self-empowerment. It starts with ourselves, and it starts with us becoming more aware of who we are and how we can improve those skills that we already have. And if you're interested in the course, I have it in the link below in the description, and I have a free version too that you can check out. You get the full introduction of the course, and you also get the chapter Personal Leadership, so that you get a sense of what to expect in this course. So please check it out if you're interested. And that what I felt like, okay, that's something more concrete that I can do, because I feel like all these tools that I have gained and used during the years have been with me for like 20 years, some of them. And no matter where I've been or what I've gone through in my life, I've always had some kind of benefit from them. So whether you are, resonate with this whole ascension thing or not, it really does not matter, because this course is more about empowering yourself no matter where you are on your journey. So, well, if you need some inspiration or motivation in that area, I do recommend you to check it out, at least to see if it's something that resonates with you. Otherwise, when it comes to being the Wayshower, I think we will just have to learn by doing in this case. Of course, we have all of these self-coaching tools and leadership tools that we can put into use, which is awesome. The more aware we become, the more empowered we will be. That was a good quote, right? The more empowered we become, the more... No, what did I say? I already forgot it. Never mind. It's not an easy task. We're all learning, and the things that we can affect is the things that we probably should be focusing on, which is our inner journey and our own journey, and how to improve and empower ourselves at this point. That's probably the best we can do, to lead by example, and starting to get to know what is that for me. How do I lead by example? What is most important for me to be focusing on? And how can I improve from where I am today? Do I have something else on this subject? Let me think. Well, I just got, the guidance to say that we are actually the leaders of the new time that we are entering. So this is a very important subject to really embrace and to put some time and effort in, so that we can really feel comfortable going forward in these roles, no matter in what way we will be serving. You know, we can be serving by being who we are, which is the most important one. Being true to ourselves and to our surroundings, and standing in our truths, and that kind of empowerment. But some of us will probably also be out there doing very practical things, leading people practically. So we really need, or educating, of course, that's a huge step, or huge area, which we will probably be in, most of us, educating all of these things that have been happening and going on, and where we are going. So yeah, that's quite of a huge message, that we are probably the leaders of these coming times, and we need to, you know, get a bit comfortable with that. Anyway, there was some thoughts about becoming a wayshower, and it's a huge subject, really, and I think that most of us have been going through that, and many of us somehow just thought that, you know, a couple of years ago, when we thought or saw these kind of YouTubers and wonderful light workers, light warriors being out there and helping us through this time, that wow, they're really wayshowers. And now we're like the next generation stepping up and like, okay, we're probably wayshowers too. Okay, how are we going to do this? What is my role, and how can I help, and you know, so many of us are probably going to be the educators and the guides in this coming time, and I don't know about you, but how do you feel about all of this? Do you recognize anything that I'm talking about, or have you found your, you know, you stand firm in your calling, or do you feel like you need to do some more inner work before you find your place or your role? It would be great to hear actually from you in the comments, to hear about your thoughts and reflections about this area. It's really huge, and a lot of responsibility that comes along with it, and that's why I think it's important for us to take it seriously, and to and you know, embrace it and see it as something also very inspiring and motivational, because we are creating something new. It can be scary, of course, because we do have a lot of people, quote unquote, behind us, but not, you know, in the consciousness area where we are, or frequency span where we are just yet. So it feels a bit scary to be the one that are stepping out or stepping forward, and the other ones are like looking like, okay, what is she doing, or what is he doing, or I don't get anything from what she's saying, or I don't get a thing, and being the one that is being looked at like that for a while, it's a bit scary. But you know, you are not alone. We are quite many at this point that are feeling this, and we are also probably at the same point that you are. That is, we are also trying to find our positions or our roles in all of this, and we need to support each other and just remind each other that we actually are quite many at this point, and to just, you know, follow the way of your heart and your guidance, and to really focusing on empowering yourself. I think that's the most important thing that we can do at this point. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing fine in all of these tough energies and ascension symptoms. We've had quite a hard time up here in the north, in the Swedish area. It's been quite a lot of ascension symptoms these last couple of weeks. But, you know, we're moving forward and we are developing by the second. So it's exciting and it's fun. Also, we need to remind ourselves of that. Also, you know, not all of the tough things. It's actually quite amazing, the things that we are going through right now. So I hope you're well, I hope you're fine, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.